All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a special video. We're going to talk about how Andre Drummond signing with the Los Angeles Lakers will affect the NBA. It happened almost a day ago. Andre Drummond signed with the Los Angeles Lakers, and it is absolutely beautiful. This is just like a day after LaMarcus Aldridge had announced he will sign with the Brooklyn Nets. So this is a move that the Los Angeles Lakers really needed to make. I think we need to keep making moves. Don't think we're done yet. I have a couple videos on the channel where I talk about possible possible buyout guys that we should be targeting if they do hit it, because the buyout that ends on April 9th. So only about I'm not great at days, 10 days, something like that. But before we get into this video, if you guys enjoy it, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button. I do post just a bunch of Lakers videos almost every day, NBA videos. I think you guys would really enjoy the channel. So if you enjoy it, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's just get right into it. Andre Drummond to the Los Angeles Lakers is a very big move. In my opinion, it saves the Los Angeles Lakers season. The reason it saves the Los Angeles Lakers season to me is not because I think we have, that much worse of a roster compared to last year that I didn't think we would win it. It's not that. It's just I don't know about Anthony Davis and LeBron James, right? I want to assume that they both will be 100% healthy come playoff time, but you never know. You honestly never know. You never know in life. You never know in the NBA. It's too hard to know that. So Andre Drummond is huge because, say, Anthony Davis isn't 100%, LeBron James isn't 100%, or somebody else were to go down, you have this added depth. They also have another roster spot available. So I've been talking about guys like Avery Bradley, Otto Porter Jr. Those two guys are the two guys I think we should target if they do end up getting bought out. But as of right now, Otto Porter will remain with the Magic and Avery Bradley will remain with the Rockets. But I can see both of those two things, and I do see both of those two things happening. I see both of those two players getting bought out, and I know the Lakers will be a front runner. Honestly, I would take either of those. I would honestly take both, even maybe get rid of Gasol or something, or not Gasol, McKinney. But my problem with this team right now is Gasol. It is Harrell. But now that we have Andre Drummond, I don't really have an issue with this team. I think there are ways that we could get better, like wing defense or another guard, another defensive-minded guard, or just something like that would be great. Even another big man, honestly, wouldn't be all that bad. Even switching, I was talking about this earlier today with a buddy of mine, but talking what if we had DeMarcus Cousins instead of Marc Gasol? I would feel so much better, actually. But I'm hoping Marc Gasol's playoff experience, his veteran leadership, I'm hoping all that kind of comes full scale, full circle for us in the playoffs. But right now, he's not really doing anything for us. He's super slow. He's 35, 36. I mean, he's not LeBron James. So that's an issue to me. And then with Trez, I don't have an issue with Trez. It's just his defense isn't the best. So getting Andre Drummond, a defensive-minded guy, is absolutely huge. Yeah, he's had effort issues in the past, but I would assume that's what happens when you spend 8 seasons in Detroit, is you don't want to give it your all every minute of every single second on the court. Maybe you're getting blown out by 30 and, you have a little defensive lapse. Maybe it picks up into a habit. That's not good, but you're coming into a new system, you're coming into a new culture, and you're playing basketball with LeBron frickin' James. End of story. His act will be cleared. Same thing with DeMarcus Cousins. It's if DeMarcus Cousins, I know he's had his issues in the locker room in the past. He comes to Los Angeles with LeBron James, with this team, with all these veterans. You're going to be on your best behavior because you're here for one thing, and that is to win a championship. Andre Drummond came here to win a championship, and honestly, maybe they're even going to be able to get him long term. So looking at Andre, he's 27 years old. He's probably the best rebounder in the NBA, to be honest. Extremely versatile. He can defend everything, and he is just never injured. So this gives the Lakers another piece. And like I said, man, I don't think that they're done. So how does this affect the NBA? It changes everything. It just completely changes everything. It was fun to like talk and fantasize about Andre Drummond coming to the Lakers, but now that it's actually happening, I think the league isn't ready for it. Like, I really think Andre Drummond's going to come in here, average 15 and 15 for like the first couple of games with all these injuries, and the league's going to lose their mind. I mean, on the season, he's averaging about 17.5 points per game, 13.5 rebounds per game, a steal and a half, a block. Yeah, he doesn't shoot the three, but this dude defensively is going to be huge for the Lakers. And when LeBron James and Anthony Davis come back, if they're fully healthy, this team is going to be a major, major issue. Major issue. The one negative side about Andre Drummond is that he can't shoot the three. So that might have some trouble with spacing the floor. But I guess you do have Marc Gasol. I guess you do have Trez, kind of. But that's why I would love, like, Boogie right there, Boogie. But that's definitely his worst side is that he can't shoot the three. It's just not there. So that's not an issue for the Lake Show. But it could come into, it is just something to have in the back of your mind that it might cause some issues spacing the floor. But I'm sure with all the different sets they'll run, I don't see this being an issue. I don't see Andre Drummond coming to the Lakers causing any issue in any way, shape, or form. I had the Los Angeles Lakers winning the championship before they got Andre Drummond, and I still have them winning the championship now that they've gotten Andre Drummond. That's how I think it affects the NBA. I think the Los Angeles Lakers, if they're healthy, just won the championship. I love the Brooklyn Nets. I love James Harden. He's one of my favorite, if not my favorite player in the NBA right now. Actually, D Rose, but James Harden is probably my second favorite player in the NBA. And I love this dude. I want him to win MVP. I think he totally deserves it. I think he will win MVP. But if Kevin Durant isn't healthy, man, uh-oh. Because if KD isn't healthy, coming off that surgery, you got Anthony Davis, you got LeBron James, you got Andre Drummond. If all three of those dudes are healthy and you have one lapse on the Brooklyn Nets, even if the Brooklyn Nets don't have a lapse, if there are no injuries, you have a fully healthy LeBron. You have a fully healthy LeBron on the Nets. You have a fully healthy Kevin Durant. You have a fully healthy James Harden and Kyrie Irving. I like LaMarcus Aldridge. I like Blake Griffin. But I like the Los Angeles Lakers roster a little bit more. Andre Drummond, to me, is better than old man Blake Griffin and old man LaMarcus Aldridge combined. So I love those moves for the Nets, because if the Nets didn't make those two moves with the Lakers getting Drummond, GG's Brooklyn. But they got it. They got the size. And it's getting fun, bro. It's like literally just a full-on war right now between the Nets and the Lakers, who can get the better squad. So I think the Brooklyn Nets, low-key, like just roster-wise, might have one of the best rosters ever. Just off name recognition. They're still a really talented team, man. I'm not trying to knock LaMarcus Aldridge or Blake Griffin because they're old. I know they've still got some left in the tank, and they still are showing it. But I'm just trying to get at the point they're not 27-year-old Andre Drummond in his prime. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hit that like button if you did. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys later.